You are now listening to Mike's Opinion, Logic Unleashed.
That's right. You are now listening to and watching the Mike's Opinion podcast. How are you doing? How you doing? You know, I always want to know. I hope you are doing all right. I hope you're doing okay. You say, yo, Mike, you missed another week. Yes. Yes, I did. And, life be getting in the way. I need 10 me's, y'all. I need 10 me's. I need an assistant. Then I need my assistant to have an assistant. I got, this empire's outgrowing really my ability to do it all. The empire really ain't making a whole lot of money yet, so I can't hire new people. So I got to do it all. But anyway, I'm doing my best to be consistent. I really am. I mean that because I like doing this. I love doing this. So like, share, comment, follow, subscribe, do all of that. Do all of that. I would greatly appreciate that. You help this show grow. Excuse me. Today's show is a public service announcement. Excuse me. It's not really meant to be serious, and it's definitely not meant to scare you. So I don't want to scare you. This is not my intent. Okay? And you'd be like, yo, Mike, you already scared me. What you talking about? So today's topic is about storms. Particularly, I'm going to share my very recent last night experience that I went through, where, life could have been taken like that. But I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that main story. But I hope you're doing all right. It's spring. It's late May 2024. We here. And, I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. Storms. Sometimes you ever feel like the earth is just like, yo, I'm done with humans. I'm done with humans because y'all don't appreciate me. Y'all don't appreciate me. Mother Earth, like, y'all don't appreciate me. I got something for you. I have something for you. Now, like I said, it's kind of like a public service announcement a little bit. I want you to listen to me very closely. This is real talk. This is the realest talk ever. Storms, weather, natural earth phenomenon is getting stronger. Now, I don't know what you believe, but scientifically, they say this earth is billions of years old, right? And in recent times, we haven't been recording weather-related phenomenons and statistics for a couple hundred years, maybe, maybe a little longer. So the earth may have done more drastic stuff, but in comparison to what we've been recording from the time we started recording, records are getting broken all over the place. You hear what I'm saying? Records are getting broken like it ain't nothing nice. So I want you to keep that in mind as I go forward here. It's happening. And the point of this episode is not just to share my experience, my personal, real experience with you that just happened. To share some not so pleasant statistics with you, to be quite honest with you. Um, but for you to get prepared, be prepared. I wish I was better prepared yesterday, and my house is still standing. So that's the 2 points: share my experience and to tell you more importantly, get prepared. Get a generator if you can afford it. Know where to go, and I urge you to practice that. Like, you remember, I don't know, in school, if you remember doing drills. Being the head of my household, a man of my family, um, you know, we do drills. I say, let's do these drills. We do drills for all kind of stuff: fire, flood, tornado, home invasion, all kind of stuff that could happen. Because you don't want to be like, like, what do I do? Where do I go? You don't want to do that because seconds count when it's popping off, whatever it is, right? You want to know. You want to rehearse that physically. And it may feel weird, it may feel silly, but I'm telling you, listen to me. Listen to me. Be prepared. I don't know who said it first, but I heard this saying: if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Stay ready. Have that bag pack, generators, flashlights, a can opener with some canned food, water. And people look, there's preppers out there. Wifey, shout out to my wife. She's part of these some of these groups, black prepper groups, regular prepper groups. I shouldn't say regular, but non-black only prepper groups. Um, and they got the drop, the little tablets you drop in, could change your urine to drinking water. They got portable heaters, air conditioning. They got all the stuff. And some people got the bunkers, but you got to have long dough for that, or some serious, I don't know, planning or some connections or something. Do you know somebody with a bunker? Has somebody do they love you enough? Do they like you and your family enough to say, yo, psst, yo, whatever goes down, asteroid, civil war, whatever goes down, if society breaks down, don't tell nobody, but you come over here. We got the underground joint with 10 years worth of, air filters and water and all the stuff. It's like the modern day Noah's Ark almost, right? And guarantee you, many of the rich, they got it. They got it. Now, there's some things I don't think, like if the pole shift, like the whole Earth crust move, I don't really think it's going to matter. Once again, I'm probably going to say this several times throughout this episode. Don't be scared. I'm not trying to scare you. I mean that. I don't want you to feel fear. I just want you to deal with potential realities. And this is all based on my recent experience last night when I had my family in our safe place with the big pillows, hoping the house didn't blow away. Again, I'm going to get to that. Less than a 30-minute drive from where I'm sitting right now, last Saturday, May 25th, a tornado injured 100 people, over 100 people, and killed 7 people. I was watching this storm. I'll be young. Look, I'm from New York City, born and raised. I didn't have to deal with tornadoes, right? Hurricanes was an occasional thing. Super hot summers, feet of snow, a few feet of snow, something like that. But you have 4 full seasons in New York, and it was just different. But now I'm a New Yexican. I'm a New Yorkican. That's New York and Texas, because I've been in Texas for decades. Texas has been relatively good to me. I can't complain, but I'm going to be New York to the heart all day, every day. But that's my. I'm a native. I'm a native New Yorker, born and raised. So, New York City is always going to be home. But Texas is now my new home. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never been in the Boy Scouts, but I believe in their motto: "Be prepared." Be, and I think they just called themselves the Scouts now, which is don't get me started. Ooh, yeah. Anyway, be prepared. So I'm not shook. It doesn't come from a place of fear. It comes from a place of preparation. It comes from a place that I want to live. I want to continue living. That's where it comes from. So I watch the TV. I watch the radar. I watch what's going on because you can literally outrun a tornado. Um, so uh I don't want you to be afraid. I want you to just get prepared. I want you to be prepared and give yourself the best chance for survival, regardless of what happens. A lot of those preppers call it a bug out bag. Get you a bug out, get you a little backpack, and just some stuff that's not going to expire. First aid kit. Like I said, the flashlights that work in water, that if they get wet, they got matches that work if they get wet. Just and you can look this up. I mean, I'm not a prepper per se. I would be if I had the dodo. Support the show, please. Or if you got some extra stuff, if you got a generator, please contact me. A generator that you're not using. You upgrade or doing some stuff. I when I ask you to support the show, of course, I always ask for you to like, share, comment, follow, subscribe, and if you got a few dollars, send some. I've got Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and if you want to just send me a box of cash, I will gladly give you my mailing address. And the same thing, if you have a generator, got a bug out bag you ain't using, it would be greatly appreciated. We are good people. We are some of the people that would deserve to live. And that doesn't come from a biased place. That comes from a factual place. We would contribute positively to any society. So, I just want you to be prepared. And I just, it sounds so cliche, but my thoughts and my prayers go out to those people, like I said, that lost their life Saturday when a tornado stayed on the ground. Supposedly, there was several tornadoes. They said one may have stayed on the ground for like 3 hours. Crossed the highway, tore up gas station. This gas station looked like a bomb went off. And I want to get to my pod, where I can just show you pictures of what I'm talking about. It's in Valley View, near Valley View, Texas. But if you look it up, I mean, you can look it up. You can search it real easy. You can see, videos and pictures and news reports about it. I do have some statistics I'm going to share with you. But before I do, something else just happened a few days ago in Mexico. I don't know if you heard about it, but about 3 feet of hail just dropped from the sky. What's crazy is that Mexico's going through a heat wave. And you say, yo, Michael, it's Mexico. No, 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 no. Yo. We're talking about 113 degrees Fahrenheit, 45 degrees Celsius. Crazy, crazy heat wave. In fact, record-breaking heat wave. Now, I told you I've been in Texas for decades. These storms, no joke, intense. But when I'm telling you, the one that came through last night, it's different. This is different. I'll get to how in just a minute. Like I said, once again, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to be macabre. I'm not trying to be, Dennis Downer. I just want you to be prepared. And like I said, I do want to share my experience with you. Um, 9/11, when the Twin Towers went down, excuse me, we had an attack on America. Um, excuse me. Uh, we were all surprised, right? There's some people that wasn't. I'm not going there. Plenty of conspiracies out there. Um, but those people that live in earthquake zones, any day, I argue with my brother about this because he live out on the West Coast. He say, yo, you can miss me with them tornadoes, yo. I said, yo, you can miss me with them earthquakes because them tornadoes, I know where they're gonna go at. I mean, I know what, I can see the track they normally going to take. I know what to expect. And with earthquakes, you ain't got no warning. You Where you gonna go if it's a big one? They ain't know where to run to. Your whole world is literally shaking. All of it's bad. And sometimes, like I said, I think Gaia is what some people call Earth. This world is like a living organism. I think the Earth be like, fuck you, fuck humans. That's how I feel sometimes. That's what it felt like last night. Like the Earth was pissed. Yo, I'm gonna share some like I said, share some stats with you. Uh, I just I always prepare as much as I can for these episodes, but some of these things, I just want you to think about this for a second. Hurricanes, typhoons, mudslides, earthquakes, dust storms, wildfires, droughts, floods, cyclones, winter weather, cold waves, extreme heat, extreme precipitation, lightning, volcanoes. Earth is alive. Earth can be a very volatile place, though it is gorgeous and beautiful. And I don't know what you think about climate change. It seems illogical to think that our growing population does not affect the weather. We've been seeding clouds and doing stuff to the weather. And when I say we, governments, not too many private individuals have been doing this. Excuse me. We've been playing with the weather for a long time. Facts. And these are the things that the public is aware of. Of course, we've empowered certain men and some women and have given them authority over us and give them our tax dollars, and they do whatever they want with it. Another episode, not going there with that. But to think that we haven't affected the weather with all the pollution, the things that we emit as humans is naive to me. So yes, I do believe that both things can be true. There are natural progressions in Earth and Earth's weather, and we have also contributed to maybe an unnatural change in Earth's weather. So typically, um, a thunderstorm, which is what I'm going to talk about my experience. I experienced a severe thunderstorm last night. It's about 15 miles in diameter, lasts about 30 minutes. And interesting fact, at any given time on planet Earth, there are nearly 1,800 thunderstorms that are going on. There's a thunderstorm going on right now, many of them around our planet. So think about that energy that, develops, expends its energy, then another one, 1,800 of them going around planet Earth. Think about that for a second. I mean, some people just take this life for granted. We so busy, right, trying to make ends meet, trying to chase this bag, trying to live, we living in this electronic life. Some of us are so immersed in the tap, tap, swipe that, last time you've been outside, last time took an hour and just gaze at the night sky. When the last time you went on a hike in nature and left your phone at home? Some people, I challenge you, lose your phone for a day. Or think about don't lose it, but put it somewhere. Don't touch your phone for a day. To some of y'all, that's inconceivable. It's impossible. I'm saying that to say we have lost touch and continue to go further away from the naturalness of our planet. Yeah, we might take a vacation to the beach, and go, ooh, nice. We don't really love nature though. Like we were forced to. These civilizations, these societies, they develop more concrete, more steel, more glass, more technology, and we're getting farther and further away from what I believe should be our natural state. And yes, 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 put me in a loincloth or button naked in a cave with my wife and my children and dirt floors and yes, no electricity. Now, I've come to enjoy. I was born into the modern day conveniences, but I would gladly give all of them up if somebody said, yo, look, we found a new planet. We found a way to get there. The catch is we can't change anything on it. We have to live with it, in rhythm with it. Bet. Let's go. Where do I sign up? Do I need to sign something? Let's go. Let's go. To the kind people, to the caring people, to the empathetic people. Peaceful, utopian, natural. Now, I'm not naive. In this world, nature will try to kill you. Perhaps there was a time where nature didn't fear man, where you can chill with the bears and the lions and the tigers, and they wasn't trying to eat you. Maybe we could even communicate with them. You say, yo, Mike, you digressing. Yeah, I know I digress. You say, yo, you going off on this tangent. Where you going? Keep up. Stay with me. It's all related. It's all connected. But my dreams of a natural, peaceful, utopian existence are that. They are my dreams. But yo, moving on, up to 16 million thunderstorms a year. In 1995, there was a storm here in Texas that produced softball-sized hailstones. Softball. Balls of ice falling from the sky. So I'm in 7th to 8th grade. I went to grade school in Harlem. And when I came up, there wasn't no junior this and middle school that. You went to school and then you went to high school and then you went to college. There wasn't 5 graduations before you get to high school with kindergarten and preschool. And no. Another episode. I'm not going into that. You went to school, 1st to 8th grade. Anyway, freak hailstorm in Harlem, New York City. It was the spring, because I remember we were about to get out of school soon. And I watched one of my buddies get knocked out by a hailstone. We were not prepared for this in New York. We had just got out of school, and the sky, my grandmother used to say this all the time, the sky opened up. And the rain, I mean, big giant drops was coming down, and all of a sudden, hail came down, and it clunked my man right on the top of the head, dropped him. And it wasn't softball size. If you've seen some of the videos and pictures from some of these hailstorms in Texas, yo, windshields, I mean, yo, yeah, it's like, I don't know if you believe in God or whatever you believe in, but it's like somebody's up in the sky, then they got 1,000 arms and they throw in 1,000 hailstones a second. And it is tearing shit up. So, um, there was a blizzard in Iran back in the 70s, killed thousands of people, dropped snow. It lasted for like 7 days, shut down whole villages. A heat wave in Cali back in the day turned grapes into raisins on the vine. Yeah. You can play with this shit if you want to. I'm not going to. I respect Earth and its power and what it can do. Be prepared. Get prepared. It is better. I tell my son this all the time. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. You remember that. If you already knew that, then great. If you didn't know that, I'm glad to give it to you. I'd rather have it and not need it instead of need it and not have it. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. So I thought it was going to be a tornado last night, but we had what's commonly referred to as straight line winds, where the up to 80 miles an hour. And I looked out the window, which is not smart to get by glass windows when there's a storm like that going on, but the rain was going like this, sideways, you know. But right now there's over 1 million people without power. Still, my power went out for about 3 or 4 hours. But these storms, man, you're talking tornadoes, trees down, roofs blown away, flooding, hail, straight line winds, power outages, y'all. Just a little fact on these tornadoes. Typically, on average, about 70 people a year are killed by tornadoes in the United States. Over 1,500 injuries. And there used to be this scale. You hear an F4 or F3. Now it's the EF, because there's a couple tornadoes that came through, one in Jarrell, Texas. And if you want to see a picture of one of the worst tornadoes that ever hit in the United States, it's an F5 in Jarrell, Texas. There was nothing left. It ripped up concrete off the ground. The pipes, everything gone. No one left but the foundation on some of these houses. Up to 300-mile-per-hour winds in this tornado. You wonder why I respect it? Because this shit can kill you. Like that. Quickly. So the EF scale, and just in case for those that want to know, it used to be just you hear F1, F2, F3. It used to be the Fujita scales from Dr. T. Theodore Fujita from the University of Chicago back in 71. And for almost 40 years, we just did the F scale. But after that, Jarrell, tornado, and there was another one in Moore in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, back in '99. Um, they said, "Yo, we need to do some more research." They did, and they came up with the EF scale. It's the enhanced Fujita scale. EF zero is from 65 to 85-mile-an-hour winds. There were 80-mile-an-hour winds in my neighborhood last night. EF1, 86 to 110 miles an hour. EF2, 135 miles an hour top speed. Excuse me. And EF5 is anything over 200 miles an hour. Now, you're talking about a column of air, of wind that's spinning, rotating, going over 200 miles an hour. You ever been in a car going 100 miles an hour? You have any idea how fast that is? It's double that, up to 300 miles an hour. Some people don't think about this kind of shit. They don't. They don't really contemplate and sit down and give it some real thought on what's that like. There's this many songs I'm pretty sure that have this title, but I'm a fan of. I'm not a fan. Well, I guess I'm a fan of Corinne Bailey Ray. Shout out to the lovely Corinne Bailey Ray. That's one of my wife and I's first dates. We went to a Corinne Bailey Ray concert. It was great, but the venue, the AC was out. So yeah, and Corinne stuck in there. Shout outs to Corinne for performing in bright lights in the heat, because she had to be roasted on that stage because we was all in this sweat. Anyway. She has a song called "Till It Happens to You," right? And we have to desensitize a little bit, right? Because all we get is steady diet of death and murder and rape and this and that and the other from the news, and the bad. Humans are drawn to negativity. I don't know why. I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist or sociologist for that matter, but we are. I wish it wasn't that way. Um, but we're drawn to it, and I don't know. I don't know. I was going somewhere with that, and I was trying to remember my thought. And I don't remember what I was saying. But what was I saying? I was saying about the tornadoes and how devastating that they are. Anyway, this scale, um, they may have to modify it again, because it's just crazy. Like I said, that heat wave in Mexico, and then it dropped 3 feet of hail. They digging it out. The pictures, the hair is dumb. It's crazy. How you have a heat wave and then 3 feet of ice falls from the sky? You cannot tell me that this is changing. That these weather phenomena are intensifying. They are. They are. So last night, all day, I'm watching the news. I monitor the weather. It's coming through, y'all. Get prepared. It's coming through. I'm up all night anyway. I don't sleep a whole lot. Lately, I don't know. My body just been saying go to sleep. And I've been sleeping 5 hours straight, which is remarkable because I hadn't been doing it. I'll sleep 3 hours here, 3 hours there. But so it's about 5 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm watching the radar. I'm watching it get closer. And if you know anything about the radar, and I'm glad they have it, I monitor several sources, several local news sources, and they have these little boxes on the radar. Some of them are green, some of them are yellow, some of them are red. The yellow is a severe thunderstorm watch, I believe. Oh no, severe thunderstorm warning. Then there's a flash. The green is flash flood warning, and the red is a tornado warning. And there's a difference between a watch and a warning. A tornado watch means the conditions are favorable. Watch out. Keep an eye out. A warning means it's likely there's a tornado on the ground. So these red boxes, I'm watching them. I'm watching them. They come and they go, right? Because the tornado, this is an evolving, liquid moving thing. This storm, like inhales and exhales, so it'll go for miles without no tornado, then boom, it'll drop them out. Tornadoes are so weird. They'll hop over a house, hit the next one. They do wild shit. Um, so I'm watching, right? Matter of fact, no, the 5 o'clock news is on. So it was after 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. So we still have power. I'm watching the news on the TV. I'm watching the radar. And dude says there's no rotation in this storm. I'm no meteorologist. I know what a hook echo or the bow echo. I know when the leading edge of the storm is bowing out. There's front line winds, straight line winds. I'm looking and saying, how could you say this? And the main this wasn't the chief meteorologist for this station that I regularly watch. And I'm not going to say no names. I'm not going to put them on blast. I could, but I'm not going to do that. But um, I'm thinking to myself, yo, all the ingredients is right here. How you gonna say this? You don't see no radar, rotation. But just like these physicists, some of these meteorologists, they act like they know the world, like they know what nature gonna do. Like we know all the physics there is to know. No, we don't. We could probably travel to another star if we figure out how. I digress. So I went upstairs and wifey wasn't asleep yet because she helps me with the business. We do business stuff at night. I do business stuff all day and night. She holds us down with wifey stuff, homeschooling, cooking, doing stuff, all that. And then she comes and supports the business at night. Big ups to wifey. But so I think she had went upstairs about 4 a.m. So even if she was asleep, I went upstairs to tell her, yo, be on alert. I just want you to be on alert. And when in retrospect, in hindsight, I'm thinking this probably was some crazy shit. I said, if you hear the roof about to come off, grab son and come downstairs. And she was like, all right, I got you. So I come back downstairs, I get back to work. I go check the TV again, and I'm watching. Now, the storm on the radar, they got the Doppler radar, they got different types of radar, but you can see it's color coded, not the boxes I was talking about, the watch and warning boxes, but the color of the storm. Okay. Green is rain, yellow, heavier rain, red, crazy heavy rain. Then you get to the dark blacks and purples, and then the white. That's hail. The black, purple, and white are hail. When you get to white, you talking stupid, dumb, big hail. Golf ball, baseball, softball. There's a little tiny piece of white. I'm looking at the trajectory of this storm. It's coming straight for my hood. So not 10 minutes passed by before I said, all right, I'm getting my peoples downstairs to our safe place. Safe place, tornado, thunderstorm like that. If you think it's really going to go down, you put as many walls as you can between you and the outside. You don't want to be by no windows. You don't want to be on the second floor. So I take the cushions off the couch. I put them in this bathroom, which is our safe place, and the safest place in this particular house. And there's a couple of them, but that's the biggest one that can accommodate all three of us because my son is 11, but he's large. He's gonna be about 8 feet tall, but and he's strong as an ox, just lean and big and strong. Um, support the show, please, because he eating us out of house and home for real. I ain't never seen a human like that. That's perpetually hungry. He's always hungry. What's that? What you eating? What you got? And it's the first real big person like that I'm living with. And he eat more than me. He already wearing my clothes. His foot's gonna be bigger than mine in the next year. He gonna outgrow my shoes. And I wear like 11. So 10 or 11, depending on the shoe, mostly 11. But so I prepared her space. I tell wifey, yo, I'm gonna wake up son. I wake up son, and my son is a light sleeper. I worry about that sometimes because I ain't never just seen him like I wake him up, he's like, yo, what's up? He don't be in that deep sleep. I don't know if that's normal. He seems rested and healthy. He's definitely healthy. But anyway, so he's like, yo, what's up? What's up? So I'm like, come on, and he be into the storms like me. He's like, yo, was a storm? At this point, it's raging outside. The house is moving, like not physically off the foundation, but the windows. You can hear this wind slapping up against the bricks. It's going down. Okay. I get them into space. And I was working on something that I needed to get uploaded. So I kept going back and forth to the TV. Yo, I take a peek outside. Like I said, I saw the wind, the rain going sideways. Seeing some of my backyard furniture back there is blowing around. My grill didn't fall down, thank goodness. Um, but it's going down. Then comes the hail. The wind is going crazy. It's raining cats and dogs, and then all of a sudden you hear what I'm thinking is pea-sized hail because you can hear from the sound. It's hitting the windows, it's hitting everything outside. Typically, hail is a precursor to that tornado. Now, I haven't physically been through a tornado. My wife has. I know several people that has. Typically, like there's something that happens. The tornado, as it's forming, it sucks up all the air and things get dumb, quiet, and still just for a moment before that twister drops out the sky. That didn't happen here, fortunately. But I'm watching this TV and this dude is talking about, oh, we just had a report 85-mile-an-hour wind gust. The airport shut down. It's going crazy. So we in the space, and the space we in is adjacent to my office. And so I was like, y'all stay here. I'm gonna go try to get this uploaded just in case the power goes out. As soon as I said that, fade to black. Power went out in the whole neighborhood. The lightning's flashing, the hail's coming down, the wind's coming down. I'm just waiting for my ears to pop, for that pressure to change, for that moment of silence before a tornado is hitting my house. Now, I used to be a fireman. I've served in the military. I grew up on the streets of South Bronx and Harlem, New York City. Um, I maintain calm in danger. I'm not one to panic. I try my best to get ahead of stuff and be as prepared as possible. But if shit hit quick, I react quick. So I've got everybody prepared. I'm waiting because I've always envisioned it me standing over them. They buried in pillows. And if it's going to take somebody, it's going to take me. I am a protector. I'm going to protect and do everything I can to protect my people. So if somebody got to get taken, take me. This storm, with the intensity I just described, lasted for a good 20 minutes, y'all. 20 solid minutes of uncertainty, waiting to hear the roof come off upstairs, waiting for the windows to explode from the pressure. Hoping that I've got my family in the right place to survive. And I did. Fortunately, it wasn't a tornado. So during these 20 minutes, there were at least 3 times that shit got quiet. Now, I have never been, like I said, through a tornado, but I know what to expect. My ears didn't pop. I didn't feel that pressure. And I have a wind chime outside in my backyard. And even though it would stop for a few seconds, but every time it paused, my son was like, "Oh, it sounds like it might be over," and I just like maybe, and I was thinking to myself, you know, it may be something else. It may be a tornado forming. Then I wholeheartedly believe it was trying, and I say that because the storm passed, and it was raining regularly. Okay, after these 20 harrowing minutes, and not 25 miles away from me, I say about 15 minutes away, the same storm that had just passed my house and my neighborhood dropped a tornado. This one was not as bad as Saturday's that killed 7 people just 30 minutes up the road, less than 30 minutes up the road. But we dodged the tornado bullet. And I believe that storm was sometimes I think your thoughts can manifest stuff. It was like my thoughts protected us from the tornado dropping here. And that might be outlandish, but I do think it is definitely possible. That's why I'm still here today. I know a lot of dead people, a lot of imprisoned people just growing up on the streets of New York City. But that same storm dropped a couple tornadoes. Um, I want to live. I got a lot of things to do. I got people to see. There's places I want to go. So it would not be ideal for me to perish. But I think that's for all of us, right? We all want to live. I hope so. I hope you want to live. So sun starts coming up. I'm looking outside. I said, yo, let's go outside for a minute. It was still raining and lightning. Like I said, this storm wasn't that far away. And lightning will get you. So you don't play with it. And we went outside for a few minutes and we was like, oh, Nizap. Directly across the street from my house is his brother. He's a doctor. I don't know him well, met him, and directly, if I'm facing his house, to the right is another house. There was a large tree in between those two houses. I don't think it was a lightning strike because I didn't see any evidence of that. But the wind had broke this large tree in half, and it split perfectly to land on that my neighbor, the doctor's truck, and his neighbors, 2 vehicles. It was crazy. I got pictures of it. I took pictures because he asked me to take pictures. I guess he's gonna file an insurance claim or whatever. Then he said he had to go check on his mom. I helped him get out I didn't help him. I mean, I guided him. I guess you could say I helped him get his truck out from under there. There was window was broken and some scratches and stuff, but he was off to go check on his mom's. Um, I'm thankful that my vehicle that was parked outside suffered no damage. My windows weren't broken, and from what I could see, my roof was still fully intact. So, because of the nature of my business, I go to the post office every day, and it was a long weekend, so I had some packages I needed to get to the post office because I'm trying to build a reputation for quick shipping, and so it was probably by that time, I don't know, 7, 8 o'clock. We had a bowl of cereal in the dark because we still had the power didn't come back on until about 11 o'clock that morning, yesterday morning. Um, so those storms were Monday night, just to be clear. But so I said, yo, took them upstairs, got them settled. Y'all get into bed, check the radar. There's another round coming through, but it didn't look as intense. But I had a gap. Yo, when I tell you the post office is only a few miles away, 3, 4, 5 miles away, about 10-minute ride. Going through my neighborhood, I'm driving like it's a disaster movie. There are giant limbs, there's debris. It looked like it looked crazy. I'm hesitant to say a war zone, but it kind of reminded me of what it looked like if a tornado or something came through. It was crazy. It was bananas. So that was my experience late Monday night, Tuesday morning, and it made me think about this episode. If I can help you be better prepared, then I'm happy to do that. I am happy to do that. But I've always had a respect for nature. But when I tell you that storm, and I've been in many Texas storms. Other houses we've been in the bathtub, we've been in our safe space in every house I've been in since I've lived in Texas. Um, but it sure seems that frequency and intensity is increasing in the storms on Earth. In my little short time that I've been alive here, not having any measurements, I don't have no cousin that's a meteorologist. I haven't studied the statistical history of weather, but in my lifetime, it seems obvious. So that's why I wanted to share my experience with you. And most importantly, urge you to get prepared. Do the drills. Get that bag ready. Call your people. Some people, like last night, and I'm not ashamed, but I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. I wasn't prepared. I have the stuff. I just don't have it in one central place. But guess what I'm gonna do this upcoming weekend? Might not even wait to the weekend. I have one of those emergency radios that you can wind up. I could charge my phone. Well, it's had an old charger. I don't think it has USB. I need to get a new one, but I might get a new one actually. But it has, you wind it up. It's got a flashlight. You can use it to charge your phone. It's got the radio, just regular radio, because I couldn't watch my TV no more. Fortunately, I had my phone charged, but my Wi-Fi was out. So I I was relying on my network, and it was bouncing back and forth between LTE and 5G. And then I finally got to a certain spot where I can, look at the local newscast live, and they be on it. I mean, they be on it. This is how I know tornadoes dropped as soon as from that same storm as soon as they passed, because I was watching it, watching the radar on the news report. Yo, Mortality is real. I know we know that. I know we know that. I don't know. There's movies out. Civil War seems like the this election, presidential election, coming up in 6 months, less than 6 months. Who knows what's going to happen? Natural disasters. It's about to get dumb hot. Droughts and heat waves and storms, earthquakes, whatever. Like I said, this episode's not meant to scare you, so don't be frightened. I just would like for you to have that comfort that comes from preparation. When you are prepared, it's better. We found one electric candle. And I was like, yo, where the candles at? It's just crazy. In the moment, I probably got a dozen flashlights. I couldn't find none of them joints. And if I did, they probably had batteries in them. Yeah. For me, I'm about to get prepared. If you are a expert prepper and you got some stuff laying around you want to send to me, that would be fantastic. If you want to send me some links on where to get some stuff relatively inexpensive, that would be great. If you have any tips you want to share, let me know. If you a prepper and want to, do a video pod with me, maybe even audio pod, and you want to share some of your expertise, reach out. Mike'sOpinionShow@gmail.com is my email. And all you have to do is go in the show notes or go on YouTube, look at the information there. You can contact me. Reach out. Reach out. Life goes on. And we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Yeah. We're gonna be all right. Right? Yes. Earth, we've suffered many things. And like I said, just get prepared. That is my episode for you today. And like I said, sorry I missed a week. I'm trying next week. My next episode, I have recorded it. Well, I haven't finished it. It's almost finished. Next episode is going to be about slave food, commonly known as soul food. Look, we don't have to eat it no more. The feet, the tails, the intestines. Slavery's over. We don't have to eat the slave food no more. You're like, yo, Mike, what? For real. Next episode is coming up. That's what I'm going to be talking about. So, yo, as always, I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're doing better than all right. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're ready for a wonderful summer. Maybe you got some activities lined up. I know, it's a broken record, right? But please do it right now. Support this show is what I'm talking about. Like, share, comment, follow, subscribe. Tell somebody. Grab you some merch. Get you the links all over in the show notes, wherever you listening or watching. The link. You can get it, on a mug. You got some designs for the Mike's Opinion. I can't pay you. I'm just going to let you know right now. I can't pay you off the rip. I will work out something. If you got some designs, you want to design something for the Mike's Opinion podcast, I designed this. This is my design. The Mike's Opinion podcast gets you some merch. That's one way you can support the show. Of course, like I said, anything in kind, you want to send me something, or if you got a few dollars, if you're rich, if you got a bunch of dollars, it would be greatly appreciated so I can grow this show. Yeah. So please do that. I thank you for listening. I thank you for watching. Stay safe out there. I'm Mike. This is the Mike's Opinion podcast. I'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.